Yeah, the poison gets me. The poison gets me. So let's take a pause on that guy. I think I just became too frustrated and placed a marker on the Laskyar Ruins, knowing that there is still an enemy there I have not finished. So let's just jump down and get a sacrificial twig. NPC there. NPC there, whose name is Albus. Albus the Albinerak. Albus the Albinerak. And I won't show all the dialogue in case you are playing through, but they were very interesting to meet, and I love meeting NPCs in this game. Whenever I do, I always try to check back in them as soon as I do anything with the quest. We also have Nefeli in the village of the Albineraks, but I had already spoken with her, so this time I just went to see if her dialogue changed and continued on. Okay, oh, my rune's on a roof edge. I probably died there. Oh, and now there is a boss. The Omen Killer. The Omen Killer. Doesn't seem like they can reach me on this side of the roof, but okay, as soon as I exit that area, they just beat my booty. This boss certainly has some interesting moves, and I think this first time I was taken by surprise, as I clearly wasn't expecting them. Oh my gosh, I just fell off the cliff. How unfortunate. Okay, so now that I know the Omen Killer is here and that there are also cliffs around, let's try to avoid those cliffs and, not just be okay, well, my attempt to avoid the cliffs was successful, but avoiding death, not so much. Okay, so we have the dogs. This time I went after the dogs first. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna die there. Okay, I did die there. That overall was sloppy. I was trying to summon Aurelia and then heal, but I obviously didn't switch back to my flasks, so that was just sloppy on my behalf. Okay. Well, this time it seems like I'm actually getting some hits in and being quite aggressive. I got the critical there. That's great. That's great. And wow, okay. That was really quick that time. I suppose the Omen Killer is just one of those bosses that aggression is favored on. There's definitely a lot of times that it helps just being very aggressive. Okay, so now we are by the Minor Erdtree. Minor Erdtree. Going to fight a Erdtree avatar. Now, if you have been following my Elden Ring gameplay videos, you have likely already seen me fight a Erdtree avatar and die to one. However, this Erdtree avatar was the first one I fought, and then I went back to the Weeping Peninsula to fight the one there. Okay, so obviously, as you can see by me getting my face smashed, that, oh gosh, yeah, I was not as familiar with the attacks as I just get speared by their lightning. I was not familiar with their attacks quite yet. This one did take me, not that long, but a little bit of time to get used to and understand the mechanics a bit more. Like the yellow, I don't know if that's lightning magic or like Erdtree magic maybe, but I know to avoid that. And having Aurelia up this is where it gets risky. I'm so proud of myself. Instead of going for the hit, I healed a much needed heal, or else I surely would have died from that attack there. So, yay. Wow. And my patience there paid off. I healed instead of getting greedy. And it paid off. And it looks like I got some crystal tears to mix in my alternative flask. Crystal tears from the Erdtree avatar. It's quite a beautiful area. Okay, and now we are back in the lake portion of Liurnia, of the lakes, and at the Boil Prawn Shack. And this part is like a little mini quest in the area to go talk to this guy, and this guy is a little bit foul. They're kind of a persnickety grump, and I have to retrieve a necklace from them for a different NPC. This character reminds me a little bit of Patches, in that I really wanted to attack them, but I try to withstain from attacking NPCs because usually they will have helpful elements in a quest or achieving a certain ending, etc. So instead, I bought the necklace from this character with runes like they wanted and did not attack them. But yeah, they seem quite just annoyed at my presence. Yeah, they kind of remind me of Patches like that, and Patches is also in this game. When I first found them, I was so excited. I was like, there's Patches the Untethered. He's actually pretty close to this NPC as well at this point in the game. I love how Patches is in all the Souls games. Like, he's the one thing breaks all the rules and is just in all these universes. Very interesting. Okay, well, I suppose I got Raya's necklace from this black card, and that is what I came to do, to retrieve the necklace. And now I suppose I can leave that annoying guy alone at his shack with his bronze. And now I'm going back to Raya to return the necklace. Return the necklace to her. Which led to me being invited to Volcano Manor, which I was very excited about because as much as I am trying to avoid spoilers, I have seen my partner play in the Volcano, I don't know what I said there, in the Volcano Manor area, and it looks like it is brimming with NPCs, and I love talking and getting to know various NPCs, so I certainly look forward to that area. And now we are at the Rose Church, and it looks quite... Oh, I just got attacked. What a sudden, surprising attack. I think that definitely scared me when I was playing at the time. And of course they have bleeding damage. Quite suiting for a bloody Rose Church. is so huge that it makes sense that they have a little marker for you. But anyways, eventually I found them, and it seemed like they wanted to do a duel, so I was like, okay, I can do a duel. And this gets pretty bad. So we're just fighting, dueling, and I roll catch, another roll catch, and another roll catch, again and again and again. I really just pooped the bed on that one. I just let them roll catch me to my death, and my partner was literally there being like, don't roll, you're gonna get roll catched, and I just kept doing it automatically. It was very silly. I hope I gave that person a bit of a laugh, but they probably just thought I was a humongous noob. Oh well, I kind of am. Okay, so now I am just shooting down this little bug creature to get whatever item it holds. And to do so, I had to switch to a crossbow to get it down from the archway. But you can hear them twinkling. You can hear them twinkling, so you can still know it's there without looking up. But yeah, I got a little ash of war, so that was definitely lovely. So this looks like the Academy Gate area. And this contraption is mildly terrifying. Its design is so funky, just this big, it looks like an oxidized copper to me. This head that spouts fiery flames from its mouth that is also jutting out all these iron mammoth tusks. Luckily, I knew the trick for these guys was that there is a little person operating the device in the back that you should go attack. But in the moment when I was fighting this guy, I just kept being like, oh my gosh, it can spin, what is it doing? I had a lot of fun just getting destroyed by the ingenuity of this design. Yeah, check out those spin moves. It's so fluid. It's great engineering, whoever in this world made it. I suppose the sorcerers of Lucardia made it, but yay, I knew the trick and was able to defeat the operator of the machine. And now I could explore the rest of this courtyard. The rest of the courtyard by the gates. Okay. Now we are at the Carian Study Hall, and might I say, this enemy, this guy infuriated me. Not because they are particularly challenging, but because they require a vast amount of patience, which mine was certainly wearing thin. So basically, this little mini-boss, they're not a boss, but this enemy has many ashes, of which they spawn all these So